part of a long season, GA. As a player, how do you stay engaged? How do you stay focused?
Kevin, this is where the grind can really catch up to you. Easy to start feeling complacent or check out a little bit. So you got to shake that off. And I tell you another thing, your coaches will play a huge role in keeping you engaged.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans. Tice at center with Williamson next to him. Murray out there with McCollum. Embiid, no good. Williamson with it. He's picked up by Drummond. Drummond working against Williamson. Six on the shot clock. A baseline J. And McCain pulls it down. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. The first player that Coach mentioned was Zion Williamson. He said, we don't see anyone like Zion all year. His power is unmatched, but Zion also has the touch and burst. We have to create a wall around the basket. Now, we've seen Zion play, and I think he's going to break through that wall more than once. Guys?
Thanks, David. Now here's McCollum. He had 15 points last outing. Pass to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
He is a big guard at 6'4". Murray getting up.
Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Greg, remember, in DeJounte Murray's rookie year, he played in the Western Conference Finals.
Murray was the youngest player in that series, playing 20 minutes a game, competing against the KD Steph Warriors. How about that for a welcome to the NBA?
Here's McCain. He's covered by Murray. Pass to Drummond and stolen by Williamson. Murray looking around. To the inside. Williamson against Drummond. Shot clock at 5. Shot from the wing. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. We'll take a look at the 76ers. They're holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far.
And I think for the 76ers, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you've got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
And the dunk by Embiid.
Defense looks hopeless against Embiid on that slam. He's just too physical.
The Pelicans have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Down low. Lots of room. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The 76ers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Maxey against McCollum. Embiid inside. And Embiid throws it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive goal.
Basket good.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Philadelphia has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Embiid with the screen on Murray. Here's McCain. He's covered by Murray. George passes to Maxey. 13 feet away. And that one drops for him.
Maxey saying, sure, I'll take that.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year. Murray outside. Williamson outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Andre Drummond picks one up.
An absolute beast in close. Once Williamson has this kind of positioning, you pretty much have to foul.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one drops. Grade, one of the best assets of Zion Williamson is his versatility.
And the combination of power and skill, it's obviously unique. And what I love about him is he's making better and better decisions. He's become as reliable as he is explosive.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Oubre comes in for Drummond. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, with his attacking style, Williamson spends a lot of time at the foul line.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks, guys. A big move for the Pelicans this summer, trading for DeJounte Murray, a versatile and durable lead guard who's proven to be one of the best clutch players. His acquisition directly addresses some of the Pelicans' greatest needs. And, guys, I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
You're right, a big piece. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the update. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Tice with a screen on Oubre. Ingram passes to Tice. The rebound by Yabusele.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin?
I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you. And timeout called by Willie Green. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
On defense, Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game. Jones kicks to Ingram. Tice sets a screen for Ingram. To the paint. Left side, Jones. 4 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. And the Pelicans miss again.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Martin finds Maxey. 1:37 left to play in the first quarter. Drains the three-pointer. Maxey's got 5 points so far.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
McCollum looking it over. With the fadeaway. And Ingram with the basket on the assist by McCollum.
And this is Ingram's bread and butter, a terrific mid-range shooter who looks to score from there often.
Maxey against McCollum. Maxey, no good. Pelicans trail by 4. Williamson dishes to Jones. Tice passes to McCollum. Tice with a screen on Martin. McCollum up top, covered by Martin. Here's Tice. The Pelicans get another chance here. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Defense is all over Zion, but Williamson doubles down and draws a foul while able to get the shot off as well.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. He misses the free throw.
And you know what makes Zion so much fun is that I don't think there's a comp for him. The combination of power and skill, you throw in that he's a lefty, and we've never seen someone like him in the league.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Embiid comes in for Caleb Martin. And it's Gordon in for Maxey. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. With the league 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
And here is Murray following Kyle Lowry's 3. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Inside, Abu Saleh kicks to Embiid. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And so it's Philadelphia heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
The 76ers leading by 7. So for New Orleans right now, Brandon Ingram's out there with Javonte Green. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then it's Jones. And it's Alvarado in at the 1. Now here's Embiid. Gordon with no one around, kept alive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The numbers Embiid has put up over his career speak for themselves. He'll go down as one of the all-time great big men.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Richard, you've talked a lot about how underrated longevity has been as a factor in measuring some of the all-time great players.
Well, when you think about Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, the only way to achieve greatness in the statistical category is to have longevity. So obviously greatness and longevity coincide.
And Embiid drops them both.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Pass to Murray. Rocket 6. Banked in off the glass. Murray's got 6 points.
Ooh, hit him with the spin cycle. Everyone out there is a little dizzy by that move by Murray.
Lowry dishes to Embiid. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Yabusele. He's covered by Ingram. Here's Embiid. Fades away and sinks the tough shot. Embiid's got the lead up to 9 now for the 76ers. Ingram outside. Pass to Murray. Shoots from 14. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 8 points for him.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Trey Murphy's checked in for Jose Alvarado. A moment now to check out some numbers for Joel Embiid. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Lowry finds Embiid. Back to Lowry. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Pass to Yabusele. That's in. Coming off the assist from Embiid. And the 76ers lead by 10. Murray against Lowry. It's tipped. A shot, no good. Good work defensively by Jones. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Ingram. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kelly Oubre.
Oh, an aggressive take from Ingram inside, earning the whistle in the process.
First one falls for him.
An all-star in this league. I think Ingram still flies a bit under the radar, but Brandon can be a #1 option, no doubt.
And the Pelicans making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Both free throws good for Ingram. Here's McCain. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Lowry. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Leaving points at the free throw line can take the edge off of a team. You're playing physical, you're playing hard, and it's just not paying off.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, the Pelicans know that chemistry is key. They've got plenty of talent. Brandon Ingram says there is sacrifice in figuring out how to win. And I know New Orleans hasn't seen winning. We don't have a banner in our arena. We're just trying to draw closer and closer together. All I want to do is win. Kevin?
They've got talent, David, that's for sure. Thank you. Here's McCollum after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Here's Ingram. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
What a move by Ingram, taking the foul, but also getting the bucket.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Philadelphia.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly. And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect in line so far here in the second quarter.
Here's McCain. Knocks down the three ball. McCain's got the lead up to 10 now for Philadelphia.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Now here's McCollum. Six to shoot. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And a moment now to check out who the Pelicans have coming up. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Then on Thursday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Here's McCain. With some arc. Pelicans pull it in. Williamson's got his fifth rebound in this one. Loads it up for Williamson. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And this is what we came to see, right? Go ahead, Zion. Do your thing on the alley-oop.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Philadelphia making a change here. Lowry's checked in. The grind of the NBA season wears on, but what a pleasure this year is turning out to be. Let's check out the West and see how the standings look. You take a look at the Pelicans. This season has been a struggle for them. They're down at the bottom of the conference.
And I think for New Orleans, they haven't looked anything like the team we thought they'd be this year. Still such a long way to go. They could be in line for a long, tumultuous season.
Yeah, I'm not sure this can be written off just as a slow start. I think this might be the team that they are.
Pelicans trail by 8. And here's McCollum. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Ingram outside. Over George. Ingram finds Williamson. Misses from short range. The 76ers leading by 8. Pass to McCain. Back to Lowry. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Embiid with it. That shot, no good. 1:24 left in the first half of the game. Williamson looking it over. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Embiid.
Yeah, easy call.
For New Orleans, they have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
First free throw is good. Caleb Martin's checked in for Embiid. The Pelicans also changing it up. Daniel Tice comes in for Brandon Ingram. And Murray subbed in for Herbert Jones. That one misses. And so George will bring it up for Philadelphia. They've led by as much as 10. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And that one is good.
And with his strength, George is not your average swing player. He can get his in the paint.
Williamson with this screen from McCollum. To the wing on the left. Martin against Williamson. uses the glass to finish the layup. Williamson's got 4 this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now, here is George. Defense right on him. Takes the 3. No good there. And so it's Philadelphia bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Joel, an early lead and a lot to like in the performance thus far. Would you agree?
Oh, I thought we played great. Defensively, I know that I had someone behind me. If I made a mistake that was going to protect the rim, I thought we did great.
We know the adjustments are coming, and we'll see who takes advantage. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. Folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Hey, everybody. The story of the first half, Joel Embiid asserting his dominance.
There's been no stopping Embiid tonight. He's causing havoc on the offensive end and bullying the defense inside, just imposing his will.
That is why opponents fear him. A terrific first half and some excellent wordplay, Shaq.
Thank you.
New topic. Fellas, we've got a number of strong contenders for this year's three-point contest.
You gotta love All-Star Weekend, guys, especially when it comes to the three-point contest.
I think we should have a three-point contest right now. You and me, Shaq. Come on.
I don't even think you could beat Ernie.
Hey, easy. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
We've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
The way to limit those offensive boards, it's just effort, guys. Whoever is guarding him has to get to position and beat him to the spot.
The 76ers leading by 7. We've got George. He's out there with Oubre. Abusele out there with Lowry. And it's McCain in at the 2. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half.
You got to give it up for Lowry's toughness. He's got that scorer's mentality. Some contact won't stop him from converting.
Now, here's Tice. Scoreless thus far. Williamson kicks to Murray. Tice sets a screen for Murray. Inside. Releases. Tice, no good.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Pass to Abusele. A floater, and it's good on the way in. And now an 11-point Philadelphia lead.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
And here is Williamson. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Williamson's got 7 points. Outside Lowry. On the wing, George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
first free throw is good.
And what I love about Paul George, the production year after year after year.
Ingram, he's checked in for New Orleans. And George drops them both. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Ingram against Oubre. And that one's good, Ingram.
And I love it when Ingram works for that high percentage look. Such a high basketball IQ.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for McCollum? And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And he deserves credit for knocking down such a high percentage of his free throws. It's not a glamour part of the game, but incredibly important nonetheless. Pass to Lowry. George up top, wide open, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. George has got 8.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
Ingram outside. Now Murray. New Orleans moving it around, and a wide open look for McCollum. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. McCollum's got his second bucket.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Pass to Yabusele. Here's McCain. To the inside. Pulls it up. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Their execution after halftime has been excellent, making their first 4.
Pelicans trail by 10. Now, here's Tice. And here's McCollum. Second chance shot, and it's Tice laying it in.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Bounce pass from Lowry. Good on the three-point shot. McCain's got the lead up to 11 now for the 76ers.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty play.
And it's Ingram missing. 76ers have gotten every shot to drop since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Back to Lowry. Pass to George. That shot off. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. They trail by 11. Lowry against Murray. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. Tice passes to McCollum. And he drops in the layup off the glass. McCollum's got 7 points.
Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Let's pause for just a moment to see the teams that have been extremely effective with their three-point shooting this past month.
And look, that stat is absolutely no fluke. It's just a matter of getting hot from long range. They are working hard to find good, open looks from the perimeter.
No good on the free throw. Martin's checked in for Philadelphia. And then for New Orleans, Green, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. And it's Herbert Jones in for Trey Murphy. And he sinks the second. Pelicans trail by 10. McCollum outside. Ingram against Martin. Pass to Jones. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Misses, and he wants that one back.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
And GA, what you have to admire about C.J. McCollum is he is the consummate pro.
Yeah, at this stage of his career, he's the adult in the room, and he's grown into a connector on the floor while still being that professional scorer.
Now, here is George. 10 points in the game so far.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Green inside. He's against Martin. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Philadelphia?
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And something else that stands out is how efficient they've been from the mid-range, making the most of their opportunities.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Lowry's checked in. And he makes both free throws. 1:53 left here in the third quarter. And McCollum with the block. Tries again. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. For Philadelphia, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. And the first one at the line is good. Jackson, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Both shots good from the stripe. Pelicans trail by 10. There's 1:26 left in the third. Back to McCollum. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Abusele passes to Jackson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Gordon's checked in for Philadelphia. Kyle Lowry comes in for Reggie Jackson. Robinson Earls checked in for the Pelicans. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. McCollum kicks to Jones. Ingram outside. To the paint. Here's McCollum. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And Morton now top of the key. Another miss by Philadelphia. Pelicans trail by 8. Outside, Green. Green, the screen, down low. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Ingram's got 3 assists in the game. Philadelphia's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Martin against Green. Here's Martin. Tight defense on him. Over Green. And good as it just snugs right down through the net. And we've reached the end of the third. 76ers lead by 8. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, put the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. 8-point game. So the Pelican 5 right now. In the backcourt, it's McCollum and Jones. Ingram is out there with Trey Murphy. And it's Green in at the 5, down low. Now here's Lowry. Embiid with the screen on McCollum. Martin with it. Now Green defending. And it's Martin missing. Pelicans trailed by 5. Jones looking for an opening. To the paint. Here's Green. And Green slams it in.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Sure, this defense is giving me hope. The way I look, I could sign a 10-day and put up a few buckets on this squad.
And here are the 76ers now. The Pelicans make their last shot. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. That's going to send Kyle Lowry to the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. Kelly Oubre's checked in for the 76ers. Free throw drops for Lowry.
And you know, Lowry, the consummate floor general, his leadership on the court and in the locker room really brings this team together and makes them an effective unit.
Now here's McCollum. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Martin. It's up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the 76ers lead by 9.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Guys, here's what Willie Green was doing in reviewing the plan with his team. He tore into his guys. He said, your body language is awful right now. You don't even look like you want to play right now. Should I sub in for you? Where's the drive to win? Guys?
Thank you, David. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. And it's Ingram missing. The 76ers leading by 9. Here's McCain. Now Embiid. That one misses. Some solid defense from Ingram. Goes up to the stripe. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Gotta love the control Ingram has with the basketball.
Here's McCain. He's guarded by McCollum. Embiid, the pass to Martin. Embiid with the screen on Ingram. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 7. Ingram outside. Right at the free throw line. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. Pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. 3-pointer. Martin. Well, a careless foul, and he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a 3-point attempt.
That's good for Martin. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Daniel Tice is checked in for Green. Williamson comes in for Ingram. DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for Herbert Jones. And it's Jose Alvarado in for McCollum. And he's good on the second. And he can't make it. 3 for 3. Pelicans trail by 7. Murray outside. Tice sets a screen for Murray. Tice finds Alvarado. New Orleans moving the ball around. Williamson up top. Just 4 to shoot. Unloads. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Refining the jumper will be key for Zion, especially adding a little more arc on his jumper.
Here's McCain. To the middle. There's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here's Murray. Puts up a deep 3. And McCain pulls it down. McCain's got his 4th rebound in this one. There's Gordon with the 3. Drops in the tray. And it's a 10-point Philadelphia lead.
So many of Gordon's shots come from 3-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And some changes here for the 76ers. Andre Drummond's checked in for Yabusele. George comes in for Caleb Martin. And Maxey subbed in for Eric Gordon. McCollum's checked in for New Orleans. Here's McCain. Pass to Drummond. Out left to the wing. Maxey kicks to George. That shot off the mark. Pelicans trail by 8. Here's McCollum. Some solid defense from Maxey. Philadelphia's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. A nice shot by George.
And hustle paid off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Now here's Murray. From 12 feet out, it's Drummond with the rebound. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Drummond with it. Here's Maxey. It's rebounded by Tice. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Williamson against Maxey. And it's Williamson missing. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock. And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Philadelphia.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season. Here's Williamson. Philadelphia able to drain the three. He takes it in. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Now, here's Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Just 5 to shoot. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the 76ers lead by 15. Maxey against McCollum. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.